Madeleine Vercheres by William Henry Drummond. I've told you many a tale, my child, of the old heroic days of Indian wars and massacre, of villages ablaze with savage torch, from Ville Marie to the Mission of Trois Rivieres, but never have I told you yet of Madeleine Vercheres. Summer had come with its blossoms, and gaily the robins sang, and deep in the forest arches the axe of the woodman rang again in the waving meadows. The sun-browned farmers met, and out on the green street Lawrence, the fisherman spread his net. And so through the pleasant season, till the days of October came, when children wrought their parents, and even the old and lame with tottering frames and footsteps, their feeble labors lent at the gathering of the harvest. Le bon Dieu himself had sent. For news there was none of battle, from the forts on the Richelieu to the gates of the ancient city, where the flag of King Louis flew all peaceful. The skies hung over the seigneury of Vercheres, like the calm that so often cometh, ere the hurricanes rends the air. And never a thought of danger had the seigneur sailing away, to join the soldiers of Carignan, where down at Quebec they lay, but smiled on his little daughter, the maiden Madeleine, and a necklet of jewels promised her, when home he should come again. And ever the days passed swiftly, and careless the workmen grew, for the months they seemed 100, since the last war bugle blew. Ah, little they dreamt on their pillows, the farmers of Vercheres, that the wolves of the southern forest had scented the harvest fair. Like ravens they quickly gather, like tigers they watch their prey. Poor people, with hearts so happy, they sang as they toiled away, till the murderous eyeballs glistened, and the tomahawk leapt out, and the banks on the green street Lawrence echoed the savage shout. "O Mother of Christ, have pity!" shrieked the women in despair. "This is no time for praying," cried the young Madeleine Vercheres. "Ox arms! Ox arms! Les Iroquois! Quick to your arms and guns, fight for your God and country and the lives of the innocent ones." And she sped like a deer of the mountain, when beagles press close behind, and the feet that would follow after must be swift as the prairie wind. Alas, for the men and women, and little ones that day, for the road it was long and weary, and the fort it was far away. But the fawn had outstripped the hunters, and the palisades drew near, and soon from the inner gateway the war bugle rang out clear. Gallant and clear it sounded, with never a note of despair. T was a soldier of France's challenge, from the young Madeleine Vercheres. "And this is my little garrison, my brothers Louis and Paul, with soldiers too, and a cripple? May the Virgin pray for us all. But we've powder and guns in plenty, and we fight to the latest breath, and if need be for God and country, die a brave soldier's death. Load all the carabines quickly, and whenever you sight the foe, fire from the upper turret, and the loopholes down below. Keep up the fire, brave soldiers, though the fight may be fierce and long, and they think out little garrison is more than 100 strong." So spake the maiden Madeleine, and she roused the Norman blood that seemed for a moment sleeping, and sent it like a flood though every heart around her, and they fought the red Iroquois as fought in the old-time battles, the soldiers of Carignan. And they say the black clouds gathered, and a tempest swept the sky, and the roar of the thunder mingled with the forest tiger's cry, but still the garrison fought on, while the lightning's jagged spear tore a hole in the night's dark curtain, and showed them a foeman near. And the sun rose up in the morning, and the color of blood was he gazing down from the heavens on the little company. "Behold, my friend," cried the maiden, "'T is a warning lest we forget, though the night saw us do our duty, our work is not finished yet." And 6 days followed each other, and feeble her limbs became, yet the maid never sought her pillow, and the flash of the carabine's flames illuminated the powder-smoked face. Aye, even when hope seemed gone, and she only smiled on her comrades, and told them to fight, fight on. And she blew a blast on the bugle, and lo, from the forest black merrily, merrily ringing, an answer came pealing back. Oh, pleasant and sweet it sounded, borne on the morning air, for it heralded 50 soldiers, with gallant de la Monnier. And when he beheld the maiden, the soldier of Carignan, and looked on the little garrison that fought the red Iroquois and held their own in the battle, for 6 long weary days, He stood for a moment speechless, and marveled at woman's ways. Then he beckoned the men behind him, and steadily they advance, and with carabines uplifted, the veterans of France saluted the brave young captain so timidly standing there, and they fired a volley in honor of Madeleine Vercheres. And this, my dear, is the story of the maiden. Madeleine, God grant that we in Canada may never see again such cruel wars and massacres, in waking or in dream, as our fathers and mothers saw, my child, in the days of the old regime.